wanna know? Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champions for the time. Oh, oh, WWE, and they only break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. And I'm your host, Ron G. I got the professor in the building, Mr. BJ. How you doing?
Hey, doing well. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, new time, new channel.
New reason to check out our merch shop also. But
Hey,
anyway, we also have the Alabama ambassadors in the building, folks.
No
Mr.
worries.
256 Jacoby Boykins. What's up, bro?
Indeed.
Okay, we all in here, man. Ready to talk about, today we talking about the best of 2024 for AEW. AEW. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Some of our favorite moments from this past year. We also giving a little bit of some awards out to certain people from 2024.
Yes,
And
sir.
we're going to make some bold predictions for 2025 for AEW. So we're bringing it this episode, but I'm going to start off with one of the biggest moments of the year in Sting's retirement.
Yeah.
I know both of y'all more of a fan. I don't know if y'all more of a fan than I am of Sting. I've grown to have more respect for him as time has gone on in my years of watching wrestling. But this retirement was special. I feel like, I feel like AEW showed more respect to him than WWE did, and he was
Absolutely.
more glorified. He was more, put him on a pedestal and shown iconic status in AEW than he was in WWE from his WCW days and whatnot and all his work. So, because especially that last night when he hit the entrance with all his sons dressed up like him,
Yeah.
that was the
cool.
moment, man. That's the moment I always remember, because in the picture they put on, like, I think on social media, like them standing like in a row with all his versions of him, like he had the Wolfpack Sting, which is my favorite Sting, the red paint, Surfer Sting, and then him himself, the in the black and white. That was just amazing to me.
It was
So,
fantastic. Yeah.
I'm going to you first, Jacoby. How do you feel about the Sting's retirement in AEW? At his time in AEW, full time in AEW. How you feel about
That
it?
man went from being 0-2 in WWE to undefeated in AEW. And they did it. They did it. They did a great job with it. I felt like they did it right. That's how you treat a legend on the way out. A dude that gave over. He was in what? 5 different companies. His career.
Yeah.
In NWA, then WCW, then TNA, where he had a legendary run in TNA. WWE, so that's 5 companies exactly. The guy is truly, he went by the nickname, the Icon, but that was more than a nickname. I think that was a very accurate description of him, what his career was. I wish his B stint would have been different. No, that's a guy that was more than worthy to being the WWE champion, especially at that time. I really think they did a great job in AEW with his character. Like I said, he didn't lose any matches, and he went out on top in the tag team division while elevating the stock of Darby Allin at the same time. So I think it was done well.
Oh, very much so. How do you feel, Mr. Professor, about Sting's retirement?
Oh, let me just first start off by saying that everyone kind of rags on AEW for the things they don't do well. I think Sting's debut, his run and his retirement was a masterclass in how you treat a legend in a
Right.
wrestling business. I don't think anyone done that better than him. Seriously, because I'm sitting here looking at Sting's run in WWE. You realize he only won a match in WWE via DQ. I don't think he ever had a pinfall victory in WWE. That's so strange to look at.
That's crazy.
I like the send-off. It was amazing. I wasn't too big on the opponents with the Young Bucks, but I mean, Sting's choice. And he still told a good story because I like how the Young Bucks took it as saying that you are the last means of what the old AEW is. We got to usher in the new AEW. It was a really good story being told there. Like I said, a masterclass. I got to respect Sting. I was never a fan of him because he was just too much of a good guy. And I never liked his overt trust issues. He trusted everyone. It always cost him something. And I could just never get behind him for that. But I got to respect the man for everything he's done in wrestling. You say the icon? I mean, yeah, he up and down. He is probably the epitome of what you would want a wrestler to be. He's always there when you need him. He could put on a good match. He could work with just about anybody. And he'll do just about anything you need him to. He'll be a high diver even at the age of 60. Like, yeah, Sting.
And that surprised me right there. I was like, this dude doing it all. Like, you sure he's 60?
Right?
And in any era, I was happy with the old Stinger. You know what I'm saying? Whether you talk about Surfer Sting or the man they call Sting, which I really enjoyed the man they call Sting. Listen, I got the theme song downloaded, so don't judge me. I love wrestling.
No, it's a catchy song. It's a catchy theme.
Yeah, the man called Sting. I liked his original music. The man they call Sting. Like I said, his run at TNA, everything he did at TNA, especially the main event Mafia stuff. It's almost like people forget that pocket of time where TNA was really popping. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all, y'all say y'all wrestling fans, but y'all got a lot of
I remember the main event Mafia
with your views. So, yeah, man. My bad, Professor.
Yeah,
maybe some people do.
How y'all feel about that Joker Sting?
That's cool, the thing, right? You go to that because that's what you got to bring up. I didn't mind Joker's. I thought it was fine. It was out of character, but I mean, he's trying different things. I can't be mad at people who try different things.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to evolve. And like I said, try different things, especially if you're in a different company. Just put something out there. Especially when you're an icon like he is. And he made a lot of it work.
Right.
And I think AEW did him right. A lot of people thought he should be in a one-on-one match or something for his last match. Him putting over Darby Allin and being a mentor to him, and then Young Bucks they could work around him a lot.
Right.
That might have been the perfect.
He couldn't carry a one-on-one match at 60+ years old. The tag team division was a perfect send-off.
Yeah,
he's best suited for a tag team. Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, who would he fight one-on-one? Ric Flair showed up in AEW around that time. There was a moment where I was like, oh my God, are they gonna try to have Flair betray and fight Sting for both of their last matches? See, that's going to be their last moment on Earth for somebody if that were to happen. Ric Flair recently came out again and said he had another match in. Now, you can keep it in there, Rick. Nobody wants to see you wrestle no more. Just keep it.
Oh, no, man, yeah. He said you can keep it in there.
Oh, no, I love Nature Boy, though.
I remember the last thing Rick did at AEW.
He sold his Woo drink.
Oh.
Yeah, I made that money, man.
He's trying to sell a lot of things out there. He got a little website. So, but yeah, that's one of the greatest moments of 2024 for AEW, the great send-off of Sting. But another great moment, I know we all appreciate this, is Swerve becoming the first black AEW world champion. Boy, and I'm just glad his run was great with this title.
Yeah.
The matches he had, especially the one with Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, those two right there. The one with Christian was good too, especially to start off with it. But those two, he had to have those two matches with Ospreay and Danielson to make that run great for him. Everybody thought he was going to lose the title when he fought Ospreay.
Well,
yeah.
There was a belief that he was going to fight Ospreay at All In for that title. So yeah, I will admit I was sort of on that boat because I thought his title run was a little bit of a rough start because he had a celebration on the Collision, not the Dynamite after the pay-per-view, but it was a Collision.
Right.
And it was like, but he wrestled on that Dynamite, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah.
And John Moxley defended the NWA, the New Japan World title against Hobbs, while Hobbs hurt himself. But that's beyond the point. The point is, Swerve did have a good run in the grand scheme of it. I kind of wish it went a little bit longer, honestly. I'm fine that he lost to Danielson because that was a good match in itself, but I would like to see Swerve as AEW World Champion.
He was supposed to keep it longer, but
the
the opportunity presented itself the way it did for Danielson on the way out.
Yeah, I know, but then what did they do with that? They kind of nixed that for the Moxley thing. So it's like,
Yeah. I mean, it's okay because
they could have waited till World's End to have Moxley do the thing to
because what
Danielson, because that
ended
would have
up
been a good way to
happening,
open up 2025.
what ended up happening out of him losing the title was the continuation with Hangman, and then we got that bloodbath, which is one of my favorite matches of the year. But we'll work on favorite match of the year later.
Oh, the lights match. Yeah, what was that non-sanctioned match? That was a non-sanctioned match, right?
Yes,
I
it
believe so.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right.
Just about to
Yeah,
hit
okay.
the
Oh yeah,
fan.
but that brings up all the moments. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great moment for
Lights
him to have the title, like, because everybody been screaming the whole time AEW's been around, like, all right, where's your black champions at? What's going on, Tony? What's up? They talking to him about media scrums, everything. Everybody bringing it up, and here we finally got it, and it was a great run.
And Jay Cargill and the Acclaim were sitting here like, am I a joke to you? Like, they were black champions. They had decent runs.
Yeah, but we talking about that world title, man. We talking about
The
that
big
top
championship.
prize.
The big prize.
Yeah, man.
The
So-
biggest prize in our sport today, as Tony Schiavone would say.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he got it from Samoa Joe. It was a great moment. But that's why I feel like he earned another title run after that run he had. I feel like he earned
Absolutely.
that he would a permanent spot in the main event with this run.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's top dollar, not top dollar, but you get
And
what I'm
that's what
saying.
they, and
He's
that's what they paid him. That's
Not
what they
AJ
paid him.
Francis.
yeah, not that guy. Yeah, but I mean, he's that guy. Yeah, he's up there with your Will Ospreays and I guess your MJFs, Adam Page. Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah. And going off of that, boy, he want him, Heyman Adam Page, that feud right there.
Angry Cowboy.
Lord.
I like the Angry Cowboy. That's my favorite version of Page. I will say it and I will keep saying it. Hangman Page is still probably my favorite character person in AEW just because he has such a complex history story with everyone involved. I kind of feel like AEW is just about Hangman Page and the adventures he goes through with side characters occasionally.
I can see that. I definitely know. I see everything you're talking about right there.
Yeah.
I mean, other people are important, but his story
Yeah.
is just it's the best thing since it started.
Yeah, and it's just like everything intertwines because it can always come back through him, if not to him.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just he's a
Especially with that
connecting
first
piece.
world title match he had with Chris Jericho, and everybody thought he should have won, but no. I mean, being your first champion, needed to be somebody with that experience and somebody everybody knows. You're trying to be on national TV.
That cachet.
Yeah.
Like it.
It'd have been cool if Adam Page got it, but I mean, as far as what they were going for, first starting out, Chris Jericho's the right person for that. But Hangman Page, things going on with him and Swerve, especially that cage match, that unsanctioned cage match we were just talking about a while ago.
The lights out. Yeah.
Some people thought it was too much, but hey, with the
Well, it
needle
was-
in the mouth, the being powerbomb on the cinder block, that chair shot. I don't even want to watch that chair shot no more.
The chair shot was brutal. But let me ask you this: what was worse? Was this worse than a Texas Death Match? Because I'll tell you one thing: I will watch that Lights Out match 40 times over. I'm never going back to watch that Death Match. That is a great match, but it's just too much for me. I'm not into that hardcore stuff.
Oh yeah, we're talking about drinking his blood and spitting it out and stuff like that.
That's
Oh yeah, I
way
got
too
it.
much. The staple gun, it's a great match, but I'm just not into it. So I would never see that match.
Yeah, it's like this is my predictions, but if they fight again, boy, it just need to be a regular match because I don't know. You can't go farther than what they've already gone to.
No, you cannot.
The belt. It's gonna be for the title. The next time they fight, it's gonna be for the title. Everything will be on the line because what's the biggest prize in our sport today, Tony Schiavone? The AEW World Championship.
The AEW world title. But yeah, that match right there, the unsanctioned match, and like I said, the changes. I know, Jacoby, you love his old theme music with the horses and everything. I know you love that one, but this one he has now is
Yeah,
It was so
it's
perfect
super
right
dope.
after that, man.
You know, I used to not like Hangman. I couldn't stand him in the beginning, but I really like him now.
Oh, really?
I did not like Hangman in the very beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that was going for him was his entrance video in the music. That was the only thing going for him for me. But he
So,
is certainly evolved and had great character development. The only chair shot that even come close to the one he gave Swerve was the one that Mark Briscoe gave to Jack Perry in Blood and Guts when he was just up against the cage. And if y'all didn't see Blood and Guts,
Yeah, he
I
just-
think that was a Blood and Guts match. The chair shot he gave Jungle Boy,
Yeah.
wow, because he couldn't do
Swerve
that.
was in that match.
He was just there, and yeah.
Handcuff. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
both hands.
Oh, man,
but
yeah.
nah, shot to the head.
Oh, yeah. We going to talk about that in a little.
Hangman, the truth. I like Hangman.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, he's been really unhinged this year, especially with he's going against the Bang Bang Gang, you know what I'm saying, taking all the members out except Jay White. He just can't take Jay White out. Like,
Guns up, baby.
hey, got to put him up for that because Jay White
Guns
got
up.
his number. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hangman can't handle that match. But I mean, everybody else is injured in the Bang Bang Gang, so he got some success out of that. I don't know, but Jay White is doing his thing out there. But we talking about the Blood and Guts, man. This year was crazy because the Hangman and Swerve got taken out of that comp pretty early. But
Yeah. Kind of going after these. Go ahead.
yeah, and so it left Darby and Young Bucks and boy. And Darby, that's when he put the gas on Jack Perry again.
But yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was about to burn him. And then
Again.
Yeah, right, again. And
he had
then
the flamethrower the first time.
well, Tony Khan gave him the flamethrower. Because Tony Khan had his neck broke. So he figured the retaliation would be to set Jack Perry on fire for the Young Bucks breaking his neck. I don't know. But yeah, but in the end of it, Nick or the other Young Buck, they said, Matthew, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Nick and Matt, yeah, that's right. Matthew, they told him, no, don't burn him. And that's how they ended up losing the Blood and Guts match because it was pretty much a forfeit because they didn't want to see Jack Perry get burned. But in the end of it, Darby Allin got a TNT title shot, which I found interesting.
Yeah, he still
Great
lost. After all that, he still lost at all in.
Man, he did still lose.
Yeah, he got put in the casket. I was like, God, that was a short match too. I was like, oh, that's another one. Jack Perry showed up this year. I feel like Jack Perry finally got good this year because Lord, the regular Jungle Boy, him and Luchasaurus wasn't hitting for me that as much, but Jack Perry now he
Kill
can
switch.
switch.
He
Wasn't that before. I didn't like what he was doing, but Jack Perry finally showed up and got some respect from me this year. So shouts out to him too this year. Joining the elite, attacking Tony Khan, putting him in the neck brace, like he was saying.
Helping the Young Bucks win the tag titles. Don't forget that because that's when he debuted.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
So I was going to talk about that moment that they attacked Tony Khan. How do y'all feel about that one? It's like it was a start and stop for me. It's like, what happened? Was that it? All right. I guess we're moving on to the next thing. All right. Let's go. I mean, but that moment in itself when they did attack him, he wore a neck brace at the what was that, the draft? He wore a neck brace?
Yeah, it was at the NFL draft.
At the
NFL draft where he drafted for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ask me how the Jaguars did this season.
Fair too well.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm going that route because I don't like the Jacksonville. No, I'll take it to football. Yeah, welcome to Fourth Down Talk. Let me hijack this for a second. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Check out Fourth Down Talk, everyone. Check it out on the podcast.
They went 4-12, Tony Khan. Was it worth it, Tony Khan? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? You could just show up to work and do your job without the neck brace. Okay, I'm kidding. 4-12. That's awful. But nonetheless, I thought it was a big moment. You know what? They wanted to try to create this whole Austin McMahon thing, if you will, because you had Khan showing up. You had Jungle Boy trying to make a miss. He punches Tony Khan in the stomach. Ain't nobody saw that coming. Granted, Tony didn't sell it very well, but that's beyond the point. Here comes the Young Bucks. They're coming out. They give him a Tony Khan driver because they changed the name of it. He's out of wrestling. 6 months later, none of these people are involved in the story, and John Moxley's trying to take over the company. I hated that they pulled the plug on the story so fast. It had potential. It's almost like they just didn't know where to go with it. Because they even built it up to the blood and guts match, but the problem there was they didn't have any incentive. That match had nothing on the line except winners and losers. They should have put AEW on the line. And then, I don't know, just whatever. Either way, it was a big moment at the time. I will give it to Tony Khan for committing with the neck brace, though. I cannot knock anyone who lives the kayfabe. So kudos to him for doing that at least.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it.
Yeah. Was that moment where they showed the CM Punk footage? That was this year, wasn't it?
Yes, that was this year. So let's bring that up real quick.
Oh,
How do we
yeah,
feel
yeah.
about that moment?
Oh, yeah, I know.
No.
But I'm just saying, them showing the footage was what a talking point of this year, bro.
Yeah. So how do we feel about that? Was that a good idea? Bad idea?
Terrible idea.
Good. Yeah, it was weird to try to build all. See, that's the thing that kind of kills me about
Exactly
it.
how.
It does show that Punk didn't lie, but the real beef I have with it is they did that and they can never conclude the Jungle Boy story. Well, I'm gonna call him Jack Perry. He's no longer Jungle Boy. They cannot conclude the Jack Perry story because you gotta have to feel like you gotta conclude it with him fighting CM Punk because this is how he ended up in this place to begin with. But we'll never get that.
Yeah.
Comment on that. I can't speak on that. I don't know what happened backstage. I just know what I saw. I'm not trying to take sides, but that's all I'll say to
Somebody feared for their
that.
life over there. Huh?
Hey, man, it's rough in that places. No, and you have every right because even like you mentioned, Punk, it was word for word, right? He did, but I'm just trying to be neutral for the sake of this video.
Hey, ain't no point in that. I mean, they ain't paying nobody. We ain't been paying for none of them.
No, I know.
I'm just saying. But
There it
hey,
is. Look at that segue.
do that. Do it.
Do it.
And then like
Now.
and subscribe while you're at it. But they try to justify that moment by saying, "Oh, we were so distracted by that, and we couldn't focus on our match with FTR, and that All In show." And so, did they end up winning at All In again?
I think so.
I think
But
they lost last one, but I mean, they
did
didn't win
use
that
it as a
match because it was like a
vehicle.
triple threat match, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Young Bucks won that time. That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But they use it as a vehicle to try to help reignite their feud with FTR. I tell you, man, FTR doesn't feud with the Young Bucks. They don't do anything in AEW. They always have to team with someone else. It seems like the Young Bucks has to be the reason why they do something, which I think is an injustice to FTR. But they're still the best tag team in the world.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, but I can't put them as the best tag team of this year because they didn't really do much. So that's the reason I think they're the best tag team, but they didn't do much this year. So that's why I put not Alcohol.
Well, we're gonna get to the awards a little later. We're gonna get to the awards, but I'm gonna stick with the Elite and the other moment where they kicked out Kenny Omega.
Which
How do you feel about that now from this year?
What? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And they kind of, I guess it was kind of, I don't know if it was replaced or interim EVP was what, Christopher Daniels, wasn't it?
yeah, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
Best moonsault ever.
Yeah. He was kind of good. I mean, it was nice. I mean,
It wasn't pretty.
He was never one of my favorite guys in TNA. I don't know. But
He had one of the greatest triple threat matches of all time.
yeah, that was his best thing to me.
We just going to disrespect the Fallen Angel like that? The man fell. Can you just give him, you kick him while he down too?
Hey, we ain't talking about TNA here. We're talking about AEW's highlight moments. So we're going to stick with that.
All right, let's keep it going. It's funny how TNA gets brought up during the AEW conference. This is the second time TNA was brought up.
I mean, all respect to TNA, what they've done in this business, and the way they stuck around.
Years strong. Who would have thunk it? 20 years.
With all these failed TV deals and going back and forth on this channel and this channel you ain't never heard of. How do we find it? Are we on YouTube? What's going on? Well, salute to the TNA for, sticking it out. Ultimate survivors.
Yeah, right.
Of the wrestling industry. I get that to them. Ultimate survivors of the wrestling industry. And a lot of great people come from there, and they still making good deals. Like I said, they got this deal going on WWE right now.
Okay, real quick. Just last thing about TNA. Does TNA feel like it's the place where you either start too early in your career or you go there too late in your career? Like, there's never an in between with a wrestler. They either go too early, where it's like you're kind of starting, you probably, or you go too late, where it's like, well, you're past that point, Dolph Ziggler. But that's just an example.
But I mean, they got some stars built out of there though. Like, I mean, you got Moose, you got Joe Hendry, you got Jordan Grace. That's just
Yeah.
3 right there. That's coming up like right now, man. But before, when it first started, got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe.
Early, too early.
What you mean? That's too early?
Well,
That
that's
was a great start to their careers.
It was a great start, but it was an early start. Now, what I'm saying is, when did they hit their stride? Sometime after leaving. AJ in New Japan, Samoa Joe literally anywhere else.
What? Okay. Well, how about Kurt Angle said that was his prime years in
Well, we all know his prime years of Perk Angle in WWE. We all know that. He might have had like his best, he could do it, but we all know his best matches in WWE. We are getting totally off topic. Okay, that's my fault.
It don't matter. Hey, well, it's something to talk about because we don't talk about TNA as much as we should on this show. So I'm trying to give it all some shine right now. I'm trying to give it a little more shine.
Why not? You know what? How about this for TNA? Real quick with TNA, they had a great year too. We got to talk about that matchup with NXT. Joe Hendry stepping out, probably superstar of the year for their bracket. You definitely had Jordan Grace showing up doing good work. Motor City Machine Gun making the transition over. Moose always doing what Moose does. Big shout out to Rhino and Heath Slater for making a run there that most people may not even know they did, but they had a really good run there. Former women's champion, she had a good run there too. Or what's her name? Trinity.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wish she'll come back with WWE with that name. I like the name Trinity. I want her to do that.
Hey, maybe she could change it up if my theory comes to light.
We'll see. You love that black on black crime. We're gonna see.
I ain't say I love it. I'm just saying that's what's going on. They trying to pull that out. That's all I'm saying.
All right. We're having fun. That is the other third person now. So now the suspects are Naomi, Bianca, and Charlotte.
And on my end, it's going to be Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson.
Well, Mr. RCSVU over here says he's got this figured out.
Don't do it. But we got, we ain't going to talk about it on this episode, but that dog picture that Jade posted online with she was all covered
all
in
bloody.
blood.
She knows how to be dramatic.
About that, but I don't know if we're going to talk about this episode.
That's
but
fine.
I wanted to talk about some big official debuts in AEW 2020. We had Okada. We had Mercedes Moné, Ospreay, Ricochet, the Hurt Business before, right when they debuted, but now it's the Hurt Syndicate.
That's true.
Which one of these was? I know we got the award for the best debut of the year, but how did y'all feel about all these debuts just this year? That's just this year.
Well, they were all big deals. I like them all. You know what? Did Beast Mortos debut this year? Because I want to include him because I love Beast Mortos. I think he did. But nonetheless, yeah, I thought the debuts were big. Mercedes coming in where they gave her a whole show. They gave it big business. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Okada coming in was a pretty big deal because I got to admit, him coming in the way he did, didn't totally see how it was going to work out because they did different with him. I like the Okada character to a degree, so I like his debut. But my favorite debut of the year probably is Toni Storm. This young upstart coming out of nowhere. Like to see what she does with her new start in AEW.
Oh, you funny.
That's
you funny out here in these streets.
Toni, she's new. She's introducing herself to people.
Yeah.
She came in late and already had banger matches.
Already, boy, she doing it up, boy. I tell you.
I can see a world title in her future. Maybe a fourth one if she's good, good enough. She reminds me of another wrestler. Well, I tell you, she reminds me of another wrestler, probably back from like the 1950s or 60s, maybe the 30s. I remember a long time ago by the exact same name. She was timeless. Those two are like a spitting image of each other. Great wrestlers.
A storm is coming.
Oh, a thunderstorm. Is it not Beast Mortos? Oh, there he is.
There you go. Here you go. But how do you feel about these debuts, Jacoby? These official debuts, that is.
Yep. MVP.
My bad.
No, that's true.
You right about that. Because Lord, I'm glad to see him continue to do great work. Like I said, some people talk about these wrestlers, the age they are coming into AEW, but age don't matter with this crew. They Bobby and Shelton, everybody hurting people, like they say. They doing great matches with it.
They hurt people. Yeah, right.
Definitely is. But do you think these debuts lifted the company like everybody thought they would, like in this year, or put more eyes on the company? I'll say that.
Well, look, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'll tell you why. Because it was something to talk about. I'm not gonna judge this by ratings. I'm judging this by engagement. Ricochet, Will Ospreay, Okada, yeah, those debuts, Mercedes Moné, Beast Mortos, I'm gonna keep saying him, as well as the Hurt Syndicate, they all brought in attention. And whether people like it or not, you gotta love the attention to some degree. People may not like how Okada was booked, but guess what? They talked about Okada. Will Ospreay ain't stopped putting on a good match yet since he signed. Which I don't know if he can at this point. Mercedes, look, in good, bad, or indifferent with Mercedes. Either you like her or you don't. I'm not a huge fan of her promos, but she doesn't have a lot of bad matches. She's had some of the best. Okada, or I mentioned Okada. Yeah, so yeah, I do think it's helped. Now it's just up to Tony Khan to put these players in a position to help drive in fresh eyeballs to want to see them again and again and again and again, instead of just a one-time ordeal like he did with the old Big Boom AJ and his kid.
That's another debut, I guess, if you want to put that on there.
But that's a Big Boom debut.
Because I mean, no matter how much you think of them, they do garner attention.
Yeah, that's true.
Boys that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
If you don't know who they are, I guess check them out. But I guess they shop at Costco a lot. I don't know. But they garner a lot of attention.
You think Costco be like, sir, can you please get out of here with that?
Oh, I need my chunky doings.
I need to do that.
What do they call them?
Chunky chocolate. I have no idea.
I don't know what they be eating all day.
$1.50 hot dogs.
Hey, I mean, some people got their favorites over there. But
yeah, go ahead.
We'll go to our next day. We also had a lot of betrayals in 2024. And one of the biggest ones was from Mariah May betrayed Tony Storm and her other mentor, Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah.
How'd y'all feel about how she did both of them this year? And her character development this year also. I'm going to first, Professor.
Wow. You got to ask me this question. Because I've always been in there. Okay. Yeah, okay, the betrayal, it was good, I guess. I mean, look, they pulled the trigger on the betrayal against her and Tony Storm real quick. I kind of expected a little bubbling, but no, they did that the moment she won the championship, which makes sense because you are now competing against her. Just let it be known, right? And then she took her move, took her look, took everything. And then, well, I got to be honest with you, I don't really understand her portrayal of me. That one seems a bit confusing. I kind of wish they really just let that one bake a little bit more because it just seems like a psychopathic move without any motivation. And you already got John Moxley doing this stuff. I don't want to see Mariah May go down that road. So I think it was okay. Were there any other portrayals? Was that the only one?
I mean, I was just focusing on that one right now. I was going to bring up the BCC turn on Bryan Danielson in a minute, but I was just focusing on Tony Storm and Brian May and Mina at the moment. Yeah, I guess you can
say that is betrayal. No, that's betrayal. Okay. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was good. I mean, look, Mariah May, for what it's worth, she's definitely a top woman in the company right now. Some would say in the business to a degree. I want to see her fight Mercedes so that way we can solidify this claim because those two need to have a match. But yeah, I think it was still a good year for Mariah May. She got rid of the dead weight in her life, which I guess was Tony Storm and Rena, and look at her where she is. So you can't argue with the results.
I mean, I just loved how, like I said, she was the mentee and then how she developed with that. Because like I said, that was just the interaction between her and Tony and interaction with her and Mina. All of them was very intriguing. Some for other reasons some guys may like. Just to put it out there. And then her just flip that switch and bloody up Tony Storm from the black and white, and you see all that red coming out her. You know what I'm saying? And
she
then
put
the way
some Technicolor in her.
Yeah. So, and like I said, she just took that switched her to like I call it a sociopath, and she gained the women's championship, and then right now we just can't see nobody beating her right now unless she faced Toni Storm. So that just shows some type of character she is and how great she's doing on top. That's what I believe. But how you feel about it, Jacoby? Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. And they do that, like I said, AEW needs to tell longer stories or develop their stories more. And that's definitely one with her and Mina. And like I said, her matches are, like I said, the matches are of hers and doing her title reign right now. It's been straight. I think the best one, it might be the best one, is the one with the Tijuana match.
Tijuana street fight
with Toni Storm, but I'm saying like just Toni Storm. I mean, we was talking about how disrespectful it was, but it was still a great match.
It was a good match.
But yeah, she did win the Owen, and that was something else. That was her launch pad right there to where she is right now. So it was a great moment. But someone else who won, no, I'm gonna go. Yeah, someone else who won the Owen, and with Bryan Danielson, it led to. I'm getting to the other betrayal also in this.
Yeah,
it led to the match at All In, which is they call it the Wonder in Wembley. He had with Swerve Strickland. And the storytelling they showed in that match, because boy, like I said, there's a lot of great moments. Like I said, it's a great match all around. But to have Birdie, his daughter, Bryan Danielson's daughter, what's his wife name?
Brie.
And Brie, yeah, Brie Bella, right down in the front row. That added so much to the match, because the way he was looking at them and continued to fight and take hits right in front of them and say he loved them. That was one of the greatest moments of the year for me. I continue to see every time I think about the match, that's the moment I think about in that match. And I think about All In. And he was doing that, he was hyping himself up and just taking them hits from Swerve. And then he ended up getting the title, and like I said, hit the crowd chanting final countdown. Oh man, great moment right there. So how'd y'all feel about Bryan Danielson finally getting the AEW championship? Then we're gonna get back to the betrayal.
I want to say this real quick, because I've been saying this for a while, and I need to make this case. Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not just the in-ring work. We know he's a great in-ring talent. It's not just the promo work. We know that he could do a promo. He could play a character. Bryan Danielson makes you feel wrestling. You want to know what I mean by that? WrestleMania 30. That was a movement, right? Bryan Danielson was behind it. That was a whole yes movement. Kofi Mania. People love Kofi Mania, but who was the opponent? Bryan Danielson. Made you feel all of that. All In. Made you feel all of that. Bryan Danielson matches can reach you outside of the TV screen and get you in the heart. I don't know what it is. I don't know how he does it, but he just does. The greatest wrestling match I saw last year was Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr. That, to me, was a masterpiece of technical wrestling. Almost every time I watch that match, I get a slight tear in my eye, and I don't know why. It just makes you feel something. It's just a great masterpiece of wrestling. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a great win. Bryan Danielson is arguably the best wrestler alive. He's just not the best wrestler because he's the best wrestler retired. But other than that, it was a great moment, a great match by a great wrestler against another great wrestler. All A pluses. That's S tier. That's what that is.
Yeah. Most definitely. But we're going to go to some people who probably weren't as happy about it in the BCC, his actual teammates who turned on this man. Not just turned on him, they put a bag over this man's head. Like, they want to take this man out of, not just wrestling, out of this
life. Yeah, they're trying to commit murder. It was murder. I tell you, man, Tony Khan has seen a lot in this business where now when people attempt murder on TV, he's like, okay, I'm not stopping it. No, look, I almost got my neck broke by the Young Bucks. I'm going out there.
Yeah, I don't know. They went real extreme with this. I don't know if we still fully know why. But
well, real quick, Moxley said at the very least that it was something coming, and he felt Danielson was just too weak to deal with it because he didn't want to do negotiations. He didn't want to do talking. It was time for action. Now, where we are now, based on when he first said that, I don't know, but that's the reason why he did what he did to Danielson. He felt he was too weak and couldn't handle what was impending. I still don't know what that is.
Well, I'm still waiting because now they're not a BCC anymore. Now they're the Death Riders, but on this show we call them Moxley's Crew. Moxley Crew.
The Moxley Crew. I like that. I like their theme song, by the way. I legit like their theme song. I do. Okay, I believe it is. That makes sense. I like this song. I like this look. I like this group. I just wish I knew what their motivation was. I know the whole thing is like we want to build a better AEW. I just want to know what that is. I like the group, but just tell me what it is that you're the Young Bucks, right? They did the takeover, but it made sense. They were just trying to flex their EVP, their executive vice president powers. That makes sense. Moxie's just going around trying to kill people for the sake of what? The betterment? What is a better AEW? I just don't know what that is because I don't know. I feel like Orange Cassidy embodies that. He wrestles more matches than Moxley. He won the world belt off of Moxley. Yet Moxley was willing to put Drano down his throat. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, he won what international title off of him?
Yeah, it was at Full Gear last year.
Yeah,
that was the main event. In fact,
I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people thought it was gonna be Shane McMahon as the higher power or whatever of the group.
It felt like it. Some people still think it's Shane. They're still waiting on him to debut. Like any minute now, any minute.
Like, what were those meetings about, Shane? You and Tony Khan. Everybody saw those pictures. That was another thing this year. There were all the pictures that came out with Shane and Young Bucks and Shane and Tony. But then, and it's coming from it so far. So I don't know.
Trolling, like just trolling at that point. Just nothing.
Yeah.
To get the internet talking. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Getting no reaction. She was getting no reaction.
I wasn't even aware she was still wrestling. I thought, you don't know me. That's all I remember, Rena Shafir.
Yeah,
I
remember we was at the show, Rena Shafir. I don't think that was her debut or not, but people were just sitting on their hands and doing her match. I was like, geez. But now she seems way more of a threat. And I'm up here wondering why she ain't fighting the women right now. With the way she's...
Listen, I've seen some of her, just the way she attacks people. I don't know if she's still good enough to go into a match. I agree she needs to fight the women, but I don't think it'll be a good match.
She up there taking the switchblade. I like, God dang. Taking moves from Jay White and everything. Yeah, that blade runner, yeah.
Hey, man. Jay White's an equal opportunist. You in the ring, just what happens.
They've kind of been building that moment up, too, because she kept getting away from her.
Right? That's what it is.
Yeah, so, but it's been a moment. Like I said, they still taking over into 2025. They about to go up against old Cope. And
Copenhagen? No, that's what I was saying. That's what I was 2000.
So I just wait to see what they do with the championship. They get it out of the briefcase. I'm ready to see something. I need to see it.
There's some money in the bank, man. They're just waiting for someone to cash in and take it.
Man, I don't know. Well, yeah, Christian, do your job, man.
Christian is the what does he call himself? He calls himself the uncrowned world heavyweight champion, the undisputed future world heavyweight champion. That's what he calls himself. I like that.
Right, he won that all in. It's also that's
Christian's
a big moment.
Doing great work.
He been leaning in the background ever since with that little
the contract.
Yeah, the little contract. So, man, he's had a lot going on this year. He built his patriarchy up. And so, like he's doing, like we talked about last episode, he's doing great heel work right now. Christian, that is. And so I'm ready to see what actual moment he cashes in 2025. That might be in the predictions. I don't know. We'll see in just a second. But another great time in 2024 was the Continental Classic. So, like, we just experienced it, but it was just such a great thing for AEW. Like I said, I think it's the meaning of AEW, which is the Continental Classic. I think this is what AEW is. What happened in this tournament, that's what AEW wants to promote, and that's what they showcasing that they are. Stories.
Where the best wrestle.
Yeah. Where the best wrestle, you get some dream matches you didn't think was going to happen ever, and they all great. And they back to back, and actually doing it's a round robin tournament, so you never know what you're going to get in this, but you know you're going to get great matches out of it. So this is Tony Schiavone says the most important time here, man. Darby Allin saying this is what we here for, what we fight for. moments like this and matches like this.
So real quick, to that point, should a Continental Classic be a title, or should a winner get a world title shot? So defend the title in the tournament. So then what would be the incentive for me winning this title then? It's like, that's the thing, right? I don't want to win a title that not only I have to defend, but then when the tournament comes around, I got to put my title on the line. I always feel like with a tournament, you either meet the champion after you win, or you go for the bigger prize after you win. Considering how grueling this tournament can be, I don't know. It's just because it's weird that Okada ends up being the champion while also still being the champion. Well, New Japan, they do the G1, but you go get a New Japan world title shot when you win that. That's why when this Continental Classic, I love it. It's just I kind of wish it was a little different where the champion wasn't in it, or you either go for the world title, because as an AEW wrestler, that's a belt I would never want. I'd rather go for the TBS, TNT. I'd rather go for the 24/7 championship than to go for the Continental Classic. Because I do not want to put my title on the line in a tournament. I just would. But that's me. What do I know?
But it proves something for Okada in this. It being the best tournament wrestler ever.
Well, I wish we could discuss a little more, because you know what? Kyle Fletcher should have won that tournament.
Hey, I mean, he was another guy that was made this year.
Right. That's why he should have won the tournament. Because I feel like that would have elevated him. We know who Okada is.
Sure.
I guess the point I'm going to drive home to real quick is I think 2025, yeah, I hear you. But you know what? Winning that tournament would have put him on that extra level. Because you beat Ospreay, you can always just say that was a fluke win. You can always just count that. But when you go through the whole tournament, you beat Ospreay in the tournament along with other people, now it's not a fluke win. Now you legitimate. Yeah, again. Yeah, I know, but this ain't like 2017. This ain't the same Kenny Omega and Okada. I get it. We all want that whole match. Just like we all want the Will Ospreay Ricochet Power Ranger pose. Man, it's time to move forward in wrestling. This is why I'm saying Kyle Fletcher should have won. We need to kind of quit looking in the past. Oh my God, remember when the Bullet? Yeah, that was like 10 years ago now. Let's move forward. You got Ricochet. You got Kyle Fletcher. You got Swerve. That's why I want these young guys to win, because I want to see AEW invest in the young crowd. What was the final picture World's End? 50-year-old Adam Copeland and looking 70-year-old John Moxley. Look, I'm just saying, man. John Moxley looks old. I don't know. He does sometimes. I don't know. I'm just promoting new faces. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. I did like the Continental Classic. I thought Kenny coming back and doing a face-off was nice, but it's like, to me, it's just not 2017. Like, we're not going to get that same match again. We're going to get a good match, but don't expect that match. I think people are expecting that match. I don't know.
Yeah. But, I mean,
nah. It'll still be a good match. It will be. Not denying it.
I don't know. I just like Okada winning because of where people thought he was going. Like, he was just too much of a comedy figure, and all he do is says bitch a lot and give the middle finger. And yeah, he has a title, but New Japan Okada was better. But with this tournament, it got him right back to that for me.
Okay.
Especially with the ending with Kenny Omega making a return at World's End and giving him the title and them having that face off. We know that match got to be coming within the next year.
Maybe the next, probably by the next pay-per-view. I think it's going to be a Revolution. Maybe at All In Texas.
Hey, that's what Mr. Ambassador, that's one of his predictions for 2025.
The Omega Okada at All In? Oh, yeah, because it was the billboard. Yeah, the sign. Yeah, it was in the background. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
But we got all these moments and more. Oh, I gotta get this one, because Private Party, I gotta put this one in there. Private Party finally getting the tag team titles after 5 years. And AEW did celebrate 5 years this year. But Private Party finally get them championships. Boy, I thought they should have had them. I don't know. Maybe these wasn't ready, or things weren't working out in their favor. They, like I said, a lot of them get injured. One injured and the other injured.
Yeah, injuries did hold them back. That was a big deal.
But I felt like it was a moment. I don't know what tag team is up to facing them right now. I feel like, I don't know where it's going in 2025, but that moment when they got them, they finally beat, because they almost beat them already. But they finally got a match because they was threatening, they was like putting up their whole tag team in order to get another match. Like if they didn't win that match, the
They
tag
were
team
going to
was breaking up.
separate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we thought that was happening, but they ended up winning. And the crowd went crazy on that match. So Jacoby, I'm gonna go to you first. How did you feel about Private Party finally getting that victory and winning the tag team titles?
Yeah, like, shots. Yeah. Kind of the same boat. I'm happy for them. I'm really happy for them. You know, it's not a day one-ish for Private Party. They are day one. They were there for the first episode of Dynamite, which, by the way, is streaming on Max. I saw the first pay-per-view Double or Nothing, and I saw the first Dynamite just to kind of remind myself how we got to this point, which is a beautiful thing in the end. Private Party had put in the work. The injury slowed them down. I'm happy that it's all paid off for them, ending the year as the tag team champions. I hope 2025 is a good year for them. I don't expect them to have the titles by the end of the first pay-per-view that they have this year, but we'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of who would take it off of them, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's another tag team. Yeah.
You know what? I'm telling you right now, I think it may be the Death Riders. That's what I'm thinking is going to take it from them. Because they got around this story back to them somehow. Because, you know, not for nothing, Jon Moxley broke Isaiah's hand and said, you've been here for 5 years and done nothing. And you can claim that chain reaction set them on the trajectory to win the tag team titles. Since that point, they've had no interactions with the Death Riders, which I find really odd. So I'm thinking they're going to have an interaction, and the interaction is we want those belts because you guys are good, but you're doing nothing with them, just like the Young Bucks were, not proving anything, and we gotta whatever, and they're gonna try to take it from them.
Don't they still have the trios tag team titles?
Yeah, they do, but I know they're not doing anything with them either. But that's beyond the point. That's not the point.
Because we don't even see them. Please explain this no shoulder belts thing.
You are not worthy of seeing the belts because your ego. Look at you, thinking you deserve to see some title because you're a fan or something, because you paid your money to see this.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Well, Jon Moxley says no. Jon Moxley to say it don't work that way.
And if you're a traditionalist, show off the belt. I mean, everybody did that. I don't know. I just need more of an explanation, I guess.
So, real quick.
Okay.
Yes or no, there's going to be a redesign to the world title when they finally show it.
I mean, that's what I've been thinking. Because that's the only reason I think, like, oh, they ain't showing it. I'm like, but it's such a great design right now. That's why I'm like.
Yeah, it is a beautiful belt.
What's the point of changing the AEW Championship if that's what they're doing? Because they did that so much with the TNT title. A lot of people like that, but
I like that. I like that idea. I like the change of the TNT title. I kind of feel like everyone who wins it should have their own version of the title.
Yeah, I mean, the one Jack Perry did this year was him making it himself. That was something for me.
That was a big deal. But I don't know, man. My favorite one is the Scorpio Sky one. He only had it for like 2 weeks, but that's my favorite one.
Hey, bias them Lakers. He got them Lakers colors. He had them Lakers colors on that thing. I was like, okay.
I'm sticking by that one.
Sky.
That was my favorite all
day. One. Let's go. And for Moxley not to show it also, he became a 4-time champion, the only 4-time champion in the company. I would think you want to show that off. I would think. I mean, something. If you won a title that many times.
No, you're not worthy. I don't know how to tell you that's just what it is. You're not worthy. None of you egomaniacs are worthy. He will rather burn an entire forest and plant a new one. Now, I don't know what the trees are going to be. They could be apple trees for all I know, because I don't know what exactly kind of forest he wants to make. But the point is, he wants to create a new forest.
Oh, that's why he just said. That's why he took Bryan Danielson. Now, he don't care about the forest and all the other stuff like he did, like Bryan Danielson did.
He is Captain Pollution to Bryan Danielson's Captain Planet.
Man, Bryan Danielson deserved that. He
Captain Pollution. Fire Heart, the most worthless one. What did your heart do? Like, that's not about this show.
We are not getting.
Whoa. You will not do that. You will not do that. Listen here. Look, the man had a lung condition, okay? You can't throw smog at him. Look, first of all, no, we are not doing this Captain Planet slander, all right? Captain Planet is a hero. Down to take pollution down to 0. Gonna help him pulling thunder. The bad guys who like to loot and plunder, okay?
Oh, how did we get here? How did we get here, people? I don't. No. All right, we are going to move on.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and
Little
get these
awkward.
awards out for 2024.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I'm gonna ask each of y'all who y'all give it to for these categories. We got first one is male superstar of the year. You gotta give it to Ospreay.
Ospreay.
This man has had every match he got on this show, on any show, is the best match.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
And that's what AEW is about, these matches. So that's why I'm giving it to Ospreay. How about you, Professor? What's your grade and who you giving it to?
Giving it to whose house?
Swerve's house.
That's who the rest of the year is. Man won the world title. Man had feud of the year. Man probably had some of the best matches of the year himself. Dude, I don't know, man. Swerve 2024 was his year. Outside of losing his house, this has been his year. So yeah, I'm picking Swerve.
Okay. I ain't mad at it because Swerve is that guy.
Swerve.
Yeah, and he's surprisingly good on the mic to me. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess everybody like
Yeah.
me say bruv. So I don't know. Maybe I just like that. I don't know. But I mean, it's more than that though.
So he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. And his theme song is good too. I like his theme song as well. He has another.
Because it's always good to have crowd participation in your theme or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, as long as you're not forcing the crowd to say CEO. Because it's a good song too, though.
Oh, don't take a shot at Mercedes like that. Don't take a shot at Mercedes like that.
Listen here, her CEO chants are so loud. It's just ridiculous. All right, I wish she'll change that theme song. That song sounds like a lot of noise. It's just a lot of noise. But that's you're not getting into that.
I understand it though. I understand what you're saying. It's like cheap chance.
Yeah.
But that goes into who is your female wrestler of the year. Mine is Mariah May.
Really?
Yeah, from the story she's told with Tony Storm and Mira Shirakawa, from, like I said, trying to be a mentee and a student to these two, and growing and developing in just this year to being the top dog in the women's division and taking out everybody else in it. Like throwing people out of the locker room, throwing these clothes out of the locker room, and beating them in their own matches. You know what I'm saying? And then taking the whole, kind of probably the whole gimmick from your mentor and her move and everything, and dominating with it. So, and she's been a dominant world champion right now. Nobody is able to stop her so far.
That's true.
Mariah May is mine.
Yep. That one.
Hey man, I mean, we've been talking Willow all year, so yeah, she get love over here. How about you, BJ?
I like that Willow pick too, because I was thinking Willow as well. Real quick before I give my real pick, I just want to give a quick shout out to Athena. She's not officially on the AEW roster, but she is a forever champion. I feel as if she had a great year too, and no one's going to talk about it. She's probably having the best run of her career, and no one's watching it. And I mean, it just is what it is, because Ring of Honor is a place that's just there. But for me, yeah, I'm going with the typical one. I'm going with Toni Storm. Toni Storm really helped bring a light to the women's division. She was entertaining. She crossed over. I like the effects gimmick that they did with her, where like when she's there, it's black and white, but literally on the other side is in color.
Yeah, that's dope.
Her character brought in the whole Mariah May ordeal. She had good feuds. Her matches, I guess some could say could be left to desire. I thought her matches were fine. I liked them, but not everyone did, and that's okay. But yeah, honestly, if it's an order, I got to give Athena shouts. Love the Willow Nightingale pick, and of course, Toni Storm.
Okay. I definitely like it. I like it. Now we're going to go off to Tag Team of the Year. This might be a tough choice for y'all. I don't know. It was a little choice to me, but I gave it to the Young Bucks. Yeah. What is the story? Like I said, they had tag titles most of the year. Ain't just for the most part of the year. The story they had going, they had it going, but like I said, with the Tony Khan thing and the Elite, that was kind of dominated a lot of the year. So I'm going to Young Bucks. How about you, Professor?
Okay. It's just, look, tag team wrestling hasn't been that. I'm going FTR. I'm just going to pick FTR. They didn't have a great year, but if I had to pick a tag team, I'm just going to pick the tag team I like. And that's just the end of that statement. That's it.
All right. Yeah, and I feel like they tried to do that at the beginning of AEW, but it didn't work out the way they wanted to. And now they're finally to a point where it did work out for them building up properly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, but I'm going for this tough one. This is one of the toughest ones, match of the year.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if I could even pick it. I put Ospreay versus anybody he fought.
So just Ospreay insert wrestler.
Ospreay and Wrestler X.
I mean, you know the thing, I can't even be mad at that because that's a very fair statement. I feel the same way about Bryan Danielson. But my match of the year is actually Swerve and Bryan Danielson. At All In,
Okay.
it was just an epic match. So yeah, that's if I had to pick one, because it's AEW, right? We're the best wrestle. You can find a match of the year candidate on Rampage if you really sit there and look at it. I mean, they have good matches.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I don't
Who
know.
watches Rampage? I know, I get it.
I guess if you think you gotta add more things into it, like the environment, the crowd participation in the match, and then what they like to just what they was doing. Period. But yeah, so Bryan Danielson versus Swerve. Hey, I probably should have gave it to that too. But Ospreay just having so many, man. It's just hard to pick one.
No, that's fair. Don't get me wrong. It is. You're right.
He'll fight Swerve, Danielson.
Yeah, Wrestle Dream was good.
Takeshita, Okada,
Kyle
and
Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, Will Ospreay has good matches. I can't deny that. He's another one that can kind of get you invested in the match, even if there isn't a strong story in it. He can just get you invested based on how his style of wrestling. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah. And like I said, his theme song going after that was just the perfect theme just for after that match. I don't know. So, like I said, Hangman just an amazing character in AEW. I imagine what I want to imagine what WWE could do with Hangman. I don't know. But either way, that's just a thought for right now.
He's got to spend a year in the next.
Oh nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't do
No,
that.
probably not. Penta's going straight to the main roster.
Oh yeah. I think he's gonna be Rey Mysterio's tag team partner.
Oh, we doing that? Just sticking with the LWO? Just okay.
I hope it's a one-off. I'm saying that's a one-off. And I don't want to. That's one thing. I don't want him to be the LWO, and I really don't want him to be the New Day. I want New Day needs some wins with the heat they got right now.
They haven't had a match yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I just don't want them to just come in and lose the Pentagon and Ray, where they got so much heat right now.
Well, Ray ain't coming until maybe the middle of the year.
Right.
I mean, they could, because their thing is against Big E, but Ray's not coming until mid-year because he's under that contract.
Oh, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, I thought you meant Ray Phoenix. Okay.
No, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, yeah, because they are talking. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that either, but I can see that being a thing.
Yeah.
You already got Dragon Lee, though. Use him.
Right, but you see where it's going, man. I don't know.
New toys. I get you. Okay.
Yeah. Next one is going to go to this pay-per-view, which still do a pay-per-view as AEW of the year. I'm trying to decide between All In and World's End, but
just gonna be the end.
All In had more of an unpredictability about what was going to happen, especially that last match. I still kind of thought Swerve had it. And so, but in the World's End, I knew Moxley had that. I know he wasn't going to lose in that match. And so, there's more unpredictability. And like I said, the debut of Ricochet there, Christian winning, and the match between Ospreay and MJF. I'm going to give it All In as the pay-per-view of the year for AEW. How about you, Jacoby? Okay. BJ, pay-per-view of the year.
I'm going to take Revolution. It was the first pay-per-view of the year, but Revolution 2024. My thing is the Sting retirement match. Plus, you had a triple threat of Samoa Joe, Hangman, and Swerve for the world title. You had Ospreay and Takeshita. That was a good match. You had Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. I'm never going to turn down the Roderick Strong Orange Cassidy match. You had Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. That feud was an interesting one because they kept calling Eddie Kingston garbage. And it was his redemption story in beating, and the king of the bums, in fact. Yeah, it was a lot going on. You also had Christian Cage versus Garcia. Nonetheless, that's my pay-per-view of the year. Granted, it was early in the year, but what really kicks it that notch is the Sting retirement match. Because again, a masterclass in how AEW treated Sting. So yeah, that's
Okay, great reasons, good reasons, good reasons. All right, next one I'm going to, I feel like it's an easy one. Feud of the year.
oh yeah, there's only one.
Come
Hangman
on.
Swerve. That's
Hangman
it. Hangman
Swerve.
Swerve. All right, next
All
one.
around. All right, I had to put it out. I had to put it out there. I had to put it out there. I mean, all right.
Well, you know, let's have a real conversation. Feud of the year: Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, or Swerve and Hangman?
So now that's the conversation. That's the conversation. Yeah. Out of the pure, I'm sorry, yeah, think about it. Out of pure violence and back and forth there, when the realism of it seemed like, you know what I'm saying? Hangman Swerve.
I give you that.
I'm gonna give the Hangman Swerve out of those two. I mean, Drew and Punk was amazing. That was feud of the year in WWE.
So yeah, I'm gonna be weird. I hate to give this way of an answer, but feud of the year as far as the intensity goes to Swerve and Hangman, but feud of the year as far as trolling and mic work and all that, it goes to Punk and Drew. Because Drew going to Mindy's, taking pictures with Jack Perry, hitting the bracelet, strap match. No, I ain't like the strap match. That's what killed it for me. But yeah, that's all.
Every match with Hangman and Swerve this year was great.
It was.
Every
yeah, the
match.
match itself. Yeah, they didn't have a bad match. I will say that.
Yeah. I just feel Jacoby. What am I like that for?
Could be something I said, right?
Yeah.
No, that's fair though.
Yeah. And some people was kind of thinking like Drew and Punk should have been over before the third match, even though that Hell in a Cell was great.
Yeah, that's
when we saw it. But some people was thinking like after that second match, okay, we ready to move on both of these guys. The Hell in a Cell match proved why it should be there. They should have had a third match. So that's probably another reason why Hangman and Swerve might get the edge, because everybody was anticipating every match, and we still want another one. So
can't get enough.
Yeah, right. So last award we're giving today is debut of the year. I named a few debuts earlier, but I'm gonna go with Ricochet because it was an official debut this year. And the other ones you might say like Okada, Ospreay, but they actually wrestled for AEW before. This is Ricochet's first time, and we weren't even sure if he was actually coming to AEW, but he debuted at All In the Battle Royal. So, and even though he's had cringe moments and bold statements, cringe moments, and now seemingly a great heel turn so far, we've been talking about Ricochet a lot. And he had a great match. And they had the match everybody wanted to see, him and Ospreay again. Had that, which I think is going to be another one coming down the line. Will be official match for them. But I got to give it to Ricochet so far. Like I said, he's finally having a character now, having a great character work, and hopefully they keep it on track. So I can give it all the praise, but I'm gonna see where it goes. But who y'all think had debut of the year?
Well, that's what I want to say too. Yeah, really, the Hurt Syndicate.
Okay.
Because my gut instinct, I'm going with it. Beast Mortos. I said it. I'm sticking with it. Listen, I don't care. Yeah, because listen, I don't care. You know why it's a debut of the year? Because he's a sneak attack. He's the one no one talks about, but he debuted this year. And he's been putting on nothing but good matches. He was in the Continental Classic. He had good matches. He had a whole feud with Hologram. I don't care for Hologram, but I love the feud between Beast Mortos and Hologram. They just fit. He wrestled 3 matches in a span of 1 day. That was a Rampage, a Collision, and a Dynamite, because he can do that. You need a worker? Beast Mortos is that worker. You need a character? Beast Mortos is that character. You need a lawyer? Beast Mortos is your lawyer, okay? Because that was a gimmick too for a moment. Yeah, I'm taking Beast Mortos. I'm sorry. Call me a mark. Sometimes I mark out for the craziest things. Beast Mortos is the epitome of crazy gimmicks that I love in wrestling. That's my debut of the year.
Right.
I'm sticking by it.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Man. Okay. I ready to see what they 2025 got going on for them, especially because we about to talk about, we're going to end the show with the bold predictions for 2025 for AEW. Who
All
want to
right.
go first on that? Who got their bold predictions ready?
Well, let's do the bold predictions. Who's going to be the champions of each of these belts by the end of 2025?
By the end?
Yeah, by the end of 2025. Who's the world champ, international champ, continental champ, TNT, TBS, tag team, and maybe trios if it's still a championship?
Ooh, jeez.
Oh, wow. You know, you're just going to be drunk then because you just taking all the drink champs. Yeah, you will be lit. Give me an answer. Come on. Give me one world champion. Who's going to be the world champion?
Yeah. For a world champion, I'm going to say Omega.
Oh,
Omega
okay.
will have the championship back by the end of next year. I think Kyle Fletcher will turn on Takeshita to get the international title for next year, maybe by the end of the year. Tag team, boy, the tag teams are hard in the AEW.
Yeah, who's
I
a
don't
tag
know.
team, right? That's the
Right.
thing.
Hey, I mean, forget it. For FTR, I'm never mad when they have the titles, so I'm gonna give them the FTR, but the FTR because hopefully they can stay healthy and stay on the same page. I think they're trying to go for them soon, or that or the trios championships. What else? TNT Women's World Champion Mercedes Moné. I'm definitely looking forward to that match. I think she's gonna get beat by for the TBS championship, but then fight Mariah May. I'm going for that.
Who's the TBS champion?
TBS is Willow Nightingale.
Okay. Yeah, I can do.
No, Continental Classic. Who wins the Continental Classic? It's a champion. I'm trying to think. Wouldn't be mad at it. Definitely wouldn't be mad at it because I'm trying to think all the new stars that they really need to continue to build up. And I mean, they need to make him look strong because he needs more of that. Because he doesn't have his group behind him. So they need to go full-fledged just with him. Let him do his thing. And he was one of the best heels in New Japan Pro Wrestling, if not just one of the best wrestlers, period, in New Japan. And he came over and kind of whimper a little bit to me. And so, yeah, go and give him that Continental Classic win. Had a title. I think that's about everything I think I got, right?
And you said international?
Yeah, international. Kyle Fletcher turns on the Takeshita.
Kyle Fletcher, that's right. I did say the trios. We can then negate the trios. If you want to guess the trio stuff, I mean, it's still a title.
It is. It's out there. I was trying to think of what groups are viable right now for that. I wasn't mad if Moxley's crew keep it the whole year.
Yeah. I think a Ready FTR maybe too.
No, sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry.
But yeah, Moxley's crew could hold it, but I rated FTR may win it.
Yeah.
Will they have it at the end of the year though? Maybe.
Yeah. But other bold prediction, I think Edge just retires.
Really?
Yes.
By the end of the year?
Yeah.
So they competing with Cena? Is that what it's going to be?
Hey, might as well. That was one of his greatest rivals.
I mean, look, Cena's retiring this year. Now you're going to have Edge retire this year. Who's going to do it
both
better?
going
Question.
Hall of Fame next year, 2026.
Edge is already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, my bad. Shoot. Well, I seen it going there, but Edge will put him in there. How about that? Edge will put him in there.
Man, Edge is going to be banned from Collision if he retires to AEW.
I think I understand Edge going in at Hall of Fame. I thought Edge went in real early. I was like, God, no, he wasn't already, and then he ended up coming back. So that's what made it even worse. So it's like I should have waited for Edge to go in. But either way, he's in there. But he inducts John Cena.
Wow, that is some heavy predictions. I kind of like that. All right, so down the road, here we go. World champion. The world champion by the end of next year is probably going to be Swerve Strickland. Well, no, actually, I take that back. It's probably going to be Hangman. Hangman's going to be world champ by the end of the year. He might, I don't know who he's going to be for. It might be Swerve for all I know. As far as the women's world champion, yeah, maybe Mercedes. I think it's going to be Mercedes too, because it just looks like it's building to that route eventually. I do think the TBS champ will be Willow because I think she's going to beat Mercedes for her because I think that's the person who's going to give her her first loss. As far as the tag team championship goes, if Juice Robinson comes back, Switchblade and Juice. If not, then I'm going to go with FTR. For the Continental champion, since it is a tournament based,
I mean, he won before tournament. I always said end of the year. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back to that one. For the international championship, I'm going to actually go and this is hard.
You made it hard for yourself. You talking about by the end of the year.
Well, I know because look,
I
that's
was
what I like.
I was like within the year.
No, end of the year because it's a good measure to see how things pan out. Why does the roster seem so thin? Oh my
They got so
God.
many people.
They have so many people, yet they don't have a lot of people. Oh, there's the rest of them. Okay, I see him. Keith Lee. No, he's not.
Boy.
He's still on the roster, though.
Surprisingly, him and Miro, geez, go ahead and do something else.
Okay, so it's not going to happen. But I'm going Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's going to get the International Championship back.
Hey,
No,
he
I
had a
take
good
that back.
run.
It's Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher will be the International Champion. Orange Cassidy is going to be the Continental Champion. He's going to win the Continental Classic.
Okay.
That's a bold prediction, but I want to go with that. He's going to win that one. What do I have left?
Trios.
Oh, man, you can throw that in the trash. No, seriously, the Trios champion is going to end up being, it's going to be a mixed group.
Oh, did you say, okay, you did say CBS, okay.
Well, you know what? I can't believe this. No, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley are going to win something this year. They're going to be the tag team champions. They're going to be tag team champions because I don't know if they're going to do singles with them. And then as far as the TBS or the TNT title, that's going to go to someone young who's going to need it. That's going to go to Hook. Hook is going to win his first AEW championship. Is going to be the TNT championship.
Okay.
That's it. This
I
is
think
something.
another
That's
one I
it.
had.
Breakout star of the year? I don't know.
No, I don't know yet because we got to see who might come over. Like I said, I'm going to the Okada and Omega will happen. I'm really looking forward to that. I still want Omega and Moxley. So I think, but I think that's about all the ones I got. Cause I just Edge retiring and leaving, and you say about the end of the year, but I think that might work out because I think Mercedes going to get once she get the AEW World Championship and had a good run with that. I think she just might leave and go back to the
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about what her contract is. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about all that, but I just think once she gets that title and have the run she wants to have with that, then she's gonna feel fulfilled in this company.
That's an interesting take. Maybe. I think she's going to be around for a while. Maybe. Never say never in wrestling, right? Anything can happen. Like I said, we might never get Jack Perry and CM Punk. I don't know. We may actually get that match one day. Who knows? Never say never in this business. Anything. Look, Jeff Jarrett is in the WWE Hall of Fame. This is the same guy who held up Vince McMahon for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, Vince McMahon was like, okay, yeah, he can go in the Hall of Fame. Never say never in this business.
Well, yeah, boy, Jeff Jarrett, boy, that's another survivor right there. The way he brought TNA around, that's why TNA still surviving. Because that man is a survivor. He go to any company and make a name for himself and gets that TV time. He gets it, just like Jericho.
He is the last outlaw.
Slap nuts.
Oh my God. How slap nuts appear. Broke 1,000 guitars, never turned a dime.
Well, dang. And he trying to fool everybody on Dynamite. So I don't mean he might be going he might be one of your world champions this year. Let's go.
Ring of Honor world champion.
Dang, you put him all the way down there.
Wow, we just did. What's more prestigious, the Ring of Honor world title or the NXT world title?
NXT.
What's more prestigious, the Ring of Honor world title or the TNA world title?
Ring of Honor because it gets showcased more. People see it more.
Ring of Honor or the NWA World Championship?
Yeah, Ring of Honor because it gets seen on AEW all the time.
I know, but the NWA Championship is the oldest title of all the titles.
NWA is, but who's seeing it right now?
That ain't the point. The point I'm making.
What are we talking? That's when you know it's time to wrap up the show.
You asking all these questions.
Asking all these questions. Okay, let me stop. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is our show for the best of AEW in 2024. We got your awards. We got your prediction for 2025. And our next show is going to be the WWE version of all of this. So tune in next time. From me, one of your favorite hosts, Ron G, the Professor, Mr. BJ, and the Alabama Ambassador, Mr. Jacoby Boykins. We appreciate you for joining us. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. We want to talk to you. Let us know if what we said is none of what you picked. Let us know your Let us know your picks and if you agree with us, let us know. And like I said, hit that merch shop. The link is in the description. So show some love for your favorite podcast, wrestling podcast. We're trying to make it up there, trying to make it to WrestleMania 41. Help us out, show some support, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Guns up.
I wanna, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE and AEW break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real